On this episode of the Malone-Mitchell podcast, we have the owner of Motivating Milwaukee, Mishayla Jones, here to talk about her brand and what she's doing in the community, and also her basketball career playing varsity basketball at Dominican and Division II basketball at Concordia in Minnesota. Hopefully you guys enjoy this conversation and keep watching, keep subscribing, comment. Welcome back. Thanks for coming. I got Shay Jones here. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Shay Jones. Me and Austin met when we were younger. We have some common interests, which is basketball, and then just podcast and changing the city. So that's pretty much right now who I am.
I met her through basketball, and our parents knew each other a little bit. Or my father knew her mother, so that's how I met her. So kind of young. That's kind of interesting. But I want to talk about first of all your organization that you started, and it's called Motivating Milwaukee.
Yeah.
And what can you just tell me about that? What is it on top for the people who don't know?
So Motivating Milwaukee is a motivational organization that is built in the city of Milwaukee to inspire positivity. It's a lot of good people in Milwaukee, and I feel like sometimes that gets put in the shadows due to the violence that happens in Milwaukee. So my goal is to bring out that positivity that's here in Milwaukee. So I've been doing that for about a year now. We had our first protest in June, I believe June, and then we're gonna have another one in September soon. But it's just building awareness, being black and proud, and just wanting to change the city because it's much more than what they try to show.
Yeah, what made you actually decide to actually really go through with that and put that into action, put all those plans in action?
Yeah, I think I actually lost my brother, and I wanted to do something for him to inspire what he was about. He was into photography and those type of things, pictures, and I felt like he was a good person that should still be here. So I wanted to inspire him and kind of take off his legacy and see what I could do for the community. You
said you guys are planning another walk with your organization.
Yeah.
Is there any other thing, any other things you guys are doing in the community to help?
Yeah. So actually last week we had our first annual cleanup. So we started at Carver Park.
Okay.
We only went up like 3 blocks, honestly, because it's just junky. It's a lot of trash.
That's enough. Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
It ended up being like maybe 10 bags worth of junk, and it was just literally bottles, wraps, and just stuff where it's like, come on Milwaukee, you can definitely be better. So we thought, okay, it was probably like 10, 15 people there, but we want to keep doing it at least every month to try to clean up the city, because there's no reason we should be looking like that. We literally did 3 blocks and it was 10 bags of trash. So we've been doing that, and we're going to do another one too soon.
So are you just more about so could you tell me you kind of did explain it already, so is it more of community, you just want to build the whole community up, with the violence and just how it looks, everything, or
everything.
So, okay,
everything,
so
anything that can, anything we need to change, and then hopefully with the protests we can bring awareness with police and the community, and what we're gonna do to fix that too. We gotta really get some changes. So a lot of people they mess with it. So hopefully we can all come out and just get everybody to show that positivity. This is great. So I'm gonna post this on Motivating Milwaukee just so we can show more of what Milwaukee is about. Like I said, a lot of people they try to default us, and we got so much talent here, so much to give. And it just take one person who really just want to do it, and I was just I don't want to be defined as somebody from Milwaukee that hoops. I want to be a little bit more than that.
Something more. Expand. I feel you. And we talked about that before, and I felt the same way. Yeah. So I feel you on that again. So that's kind of what I'm trying to do in my own thing over here, my little thing, in the podcast, and even with basketball. And I think that's a way in general, just the way. If I see anything, if I see a kid or whatever, they need help or whatever, that's my way. I'm gonna give them some help, and we're never gonna talk about it though. Not an hour now, but I'm never gonna bring it up. I'm just gonna look out for them if they need something. Just notice it, and I think that does a lot to help them for the future, so they don't make some dumbass mistakes, or they got the opportunity to hear some shit that I didn't hear in that way, or had their back. But that's what's up, and I'm proud of you again for having that organization. That's big, so congratulations again. You gotta start letting me know more. I know you did let me know about the protests, and I had my daughter, so that was my excuse to not go to that. But maybe y'all check out something soon again, and get her out there. So yeah, check that out. I know she has an Instagram page, and I don't know if your website is up already too.
Yeah, so I'm you catch me on Facebook at Motivating Milwaukee, and then like you said, I got an Instagram and Twitter, which is motivating_MKE, and then like I said, it's just positivity quotes every day. I put them out every day for people to see. Just good material, you know, to kind of boost you up. Got my own text message group. I send to like 20 women every morning, just to like quotes and meditation things. So, you know, I feel like, you know, basketball is cool. You know, you got the physical aspect of it, but mental. There we go. So mental is everything. So, you know, if I knew what I knew back then, I probably would have even did better. So it's just right? Exactly. So that's why it's our duty to teach these kids what we should have done.
And what we see we could have did better on it. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yeah, I'm on board even more hearing that. So yeah, that's what's up. So let's go down the list. You did coach, and I don't know if you're still coaching. I don't know if you coached the past year, but I know you did coach previous AAU year in AAU basketball. I don't know what team. I know you did coach girls AAU basketball. Yep. So can you talk a little about that?
Yep. So 2 years ago, I started with Wisconsin Shooters. Deja Smith Jenkins. We went to Dominican together. The house. She asked me to come and coach, so I coached there for 2 years, and then I actually transferred over to Playground Elite, which is where, you know, all of us, all the good players, honestly, all the good players played. So, well, lady-wise, you know, you know too, though.
I'm not enough for me, I ain't saying nothing.
But yeah, so we just started there. Then I went back to where I was made, pretty much, and I actually had an Achilles injury, so coaching stopped. And then we had the pandemic, so I had to work in Essential, so I just thought it would be, you know, irresponsible for me to be going into work and then go to tournaments with kids. So I'm taking a little break right now.
Do you plan on getting back into it?
I think eventually, slowly but surely. It's a lot too that goes with it. That, you know, when you're a player and then when you're a coach. And I mean, you know, I love coaching, but there's some things that I don't like about coaching, and it's like politics of it.
Can you explain that a little bit more? Yeah, because you definitely.
Yeah, so like the politics of sports, it's like, you know, it comes to the point now where everybody wants a participation trophy. You know, people put up money for their girl to play, but she may necessarily not be the best player. So, you know, you got to deal with that type of outlook of it. Well, I'm paying this money, you owe me what I'm paying for. And this reality is like, you're paying for it actually to be on the team. Your daughter has to work hard to play. Entitlement. Yeah, and it's, you know, we grew up, we had to grind for our stuff. So, you know, it's a little different now, and I think that's kind of where I'm disconnected from, because when I hooped, you know, I just played basketball. I didn't have to worry about, you know, what her parents saying or what other people saying.
The coach,
right, I just want to coach. You know, so I felt like that was kind of where I just really, it's like, I think I'm still an amateur when it comes to that part.
I was gonna ask you, what ways have you started to adapt, or do you, like, when you come back to coaching, do you think what ways you gonna adapt to that?
Yeah, I think it's just knowing, first off, kids just love encouragement. Like, you can literally tell them, you can do this, I believe in you, and they will go out and do it. Like, the positivity of words is just crazy. So I think that's where I connect with them, and being a former player, you know. So I understand, like, when somebody's yelling at you, you know, coach may be yelling at you, but you think they're getting at you, that they're being mean, they don't care for you, but in reality they care about you a lot. And so now I'm that coach yelling at the player, and in reality I just want to tell you that, you know, you're really good and I want to make you better. So I think that's where I connect that, and then you got the amateur part of the politics where,
it's like, like they're forcing themselves to play, they want
like, if they don't want it, the parents gotta understand. Just, you know, if they don't want it.
I understand for sure.
So it's hard. It's hard to tell a parent, like, you know, the kid's not that good.
Have you said that before?
No, I haven't had to, thank God. But like, if I had to, you know, then I wouldn't like that. That's just some. That's that in basketball or in life in general. Just telling somebody that they aren't as good as they think.
I've been lucky so far.
Me too.
They kept it real for the most part with me. Like, even kids like, I know my son Willie. I know. Like, they kept it real for the most part.
And those are the good parents that is gonna take their kids somewhere. But them other parents that come up to you, oh no, that's not what I see.
I ain't doing that. I ain't doing
Exactly.
that.
You
I
blessed.
ain't the coach for you then. I'm sorry. Sorry. Do you have any plans on going into high school or college coaching?
No, that's something that I would look into.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah, look.
No, I haven't. That's good. Hey, look at you.
Also, you haven't?
Starting something new. That's a good question. So, no, I haven't thought of it. But it does sound like a good opportunity because that's a little different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's a little different.
Something, man. We got a little Malone-Mitchell basketball, little AAU team coming or something, man. Yeah. I got a little cousin you might have to coach up or something. You know? All right.
Let me know.
She said it. I mean, I got her. That means I got her, Sid. I got her, Sid. We're going to hold her to it. But back to your, let's talk about some high school and college basketball. Yeah. You did both. You played 4 years college at Concordia University, St. Paul.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Minnesota. But first, let's talk about Dominican high school. And yeah, how was it there? Because you guys, I know that's basically like your AAU team.
Pretty much.
Yeah, y'all had a solid team. Yeah, like, could you tell me, what about Dominican basketball? Yeah.
Dominican girls, our time was different because at first we weren't really winning games, and then it all started with Deja Smith-Jenkins, and then I came the next year. I was supposed to go to Riverside, but my mom kind of wanted me to go to Dominican for, a couple of reasons, and then actually the coach too, he was really like recruiting, like Coach Sherman recruited me like straight up. Like coming to games, watching me, just being very consistent. So my mom was like, "Hey, you need to go somewhere where somebody really wants you." Mm-hmm. So we went there, and then we had DJ come as well that same year. Okay. And then,
we having her soon on the show too.
Yep. And then we'll have and we had Bree come, Bree Simon, who went to Riverside after playing with us for a couple of years. So we had a little powerhouse.
Okay. Yeah,
so we kind of changed. Yeah, we kind of changed.
What was y'all biggest competitions over there? Like our biggest games that y'all had?
Man.
Like you said. Y'all had a pretty good team.
We did. I remember one year we went to state. Honestly, I don't remember teams. The names are crazy, but I think we beat every division. We were in D3 at the time. So we beat D3, D2, and D1. We beat every team that we played that year. And then we went up to state and we lost our first game there, which was like the biggest upset. Yeah. Damn near in high school history.
Who'd y'all lose to again?
I think it was Kiwani. And some random team up north that shouldn't have won,
you know about it now.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
That's happened to me. What happened in that game? How was it like? Forget that. Was that still, when you guys played that game, was it still at Madison or was it up?
Yep, it was still at Madison.
How was it like playing on that big stage like that?
So our team was good because we were fast and we had a full court press. Mm-hmm. So imagine being in high school, being on a high school floor, and then having to go into a college floor and still do what we do best because we thought, you can't change the game.
It was tiring.
It was tiring, but I think we wanted to win. We ain't never been behind. That whole game we were behind, so it was different. It was like a dogfight. So I think, it was a different approach because we controlled the game, but at this moment they hit us in the mouth first and they controlled the game.
Yeah, first time.
So it was just
first time y'all really got rocked that.
Like rocked hard. Like sometimes we would get rocked and we'd be like, okay, second half, we good. But this game we was like, oh God, like we really behind. This is a lot different. So I think once we lost that, life changes. Like I think I learned early, like you lose, you win some and you lose some. But that experience was great. I think I have 20 points that game.
He's balling. He's balling. How was it like playing on that stage in front of your family? Because that's like a big stage too. Like I think in front of friends, school, like everybody's there.
Yeah,
like,
and my brother went there too. My brother went to Madison for college. So
was it at the time?
No, he had graduated a couple of years after that, or before that. But yeah, it was big. Our whole family. Dude, it was like a big thing. All the families were crying, man. Like we was when we lost, it was so emotional. You know, it was just like because we wasn't supposed to lose, but it was different. It was different, and I think after that, you just kind of just go on and want to win everything, and we didn't. Once you get to state, that don't mean you get there again. No, that was my sophomore year.
Your sophomore year, so you went early.
I went early, so I knew what success was like early. So it was kind of hard those next couple of years to not be as good. I don't even think it was as good. It's just like it just wasn't that team.
What do you think happened? Was it just
it's just the team.
Ours a whole different team.
Yeah, it was a different team. It was a team. Like we loved each other. It was a family. So, you know, you got that bond that you go up, y'all win everything together. Then you got a couple seniors leave. You know, you got new people coming in. I think actually Alizea started coming in after that. Kind of our next. Marquette. Shout out Zay. So it was kind of like we were progressing to a different team. It wasn't that team that we thought we were before. So.
Y'all still have plenty of people though. That's what I'm saying.
Powerhouse.
Yeah. Before we go on, for real, you're not lying about that. But before did y'all ever play King in high school?
No, you never played. We heard they were trying to duck that action. We don't want to talk about that.
Maybe we set that up sometime. But
I know now we should. We should actually push that because back then that would have been great for all of us.
Yeah, just because might as well. Going before we get to college and all that, high school wise, what would you say if you had to play 5-on-5 against anybody? If I had 5 girls and I had 500 of, I put 1,000 up.
Okay.
What 5? Whatever you want. Whatever, just say a number.
My 5.
I'm broke. I ain't got none. Yeah, whatever. What 5?
What era is this now or like high school?
That you play with.
Yeah. PG. I'm taking Ty. I'm Vincent.
Okay.
Tanika.
Oh yeah, so you play with her? Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Playground, baby. Come on,
yeah, she has some good.
I was with all of those, so I'm taking Ty as my PG.
Yeah. Okay, so she's nice.
Nice.
Okay.
I already know I'm getting it good.
Yeah, you don't gotta say that. You ain't gotta break that down. You don't gotta break that down.
Who else would I go with? Oh, shoot. See, you put me on the spot.
Hey, man, play with
I can't pick me. Or I gotta pick 5.
5.
Okay,
so
I'm just
need a sub. You need a sub.
Okay,
somebody take a sub. You got to play with the DJ maybe or AU.
But I could go good or see now you got me thinking.
Oh, we gonna come back to that.
Yeah, no, bro. I gotta go. Shooting guard go Enrique.
Okay, yeah.
Gotta go Enrique.
I understand that.
Going 3. If I'm going 3. Zaya.
Okay.
As a 3.
Okay.
4, Deja.
Who was that? For Deja from?
Smith Jenkins.
Okay. Bet.
5 as a center.
Okay.
Who did I play with that was center? I would go with Jessica Switzer. I think that's her name. I'm sorry, Jess, if I messed up your name. Don't be mad.
Where she played?
Whitefish Bay.
Okay.
I would go her. Smooth lefty. I would go her. So that'd be my 5.
Mm-hmm.
They all. I think I named everybody that went to the playground.
Yeah. I was just. And then moving on this, I promise this is the last question about high school. What was your biggest AAU basketball? Because y'all had a good team, I think. You played with a whole bunch of people. So did y'all play against good competition and on the circuit? Or
Yeah.
Or was there any girls you can name now like are really like balling? Like not your teammates that you played against on the circuit?
That was hooping against?
Yeah, hooping against.
Gabby Ortiz, she went to Prairie School.
Okay.
She ended up going to Oklahoma. She was cold. We played against Jewel Lloyd when she used to play for.
Aware of her. Yeah, I'm not aware of
her. Seattle. She played for Seattle now, but yeah, I used to have to play up because we used to be having no players, and she went to the league, so she was real nice. I was like, damn, like she had plays alley hooping like. I'm like, she different breed.
Something else, something else.
We play with a lot of people, man. It's a lot.
Man, I'm already knowing. I just want to hear a little bit of them, yeah.
I would say those are my top.
Yeah.
They gonna make it.
For sure. So moving on to college, why did you end up picking Concordia University?
I would say Concordia picked me because it happened real weird. Like we were in Minnesota for a tournament. I just remember Coach Money coming up to me like, hey, I got this school, want to look at you. This is their address. Like, go to the gym. They want to talk to you. They was like, he's like, it's an unofficial visit. So just go in there, see what it's about. But I think they're going to offer you. And I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, so, congratulations. And I'm like, what?
On the spot.
On the spot. So then we go there and we see everything. We sitting on the couch, and at the time the coach was Coach Fessler. Cool dude. And he was just sitting on the couch casually. He was like, yeah, so we want you to come here. Yeah. And that was just my offer. Like, my mom kind of just didn't know what was happening. I was just like, thank you. I was like, all right, we'll talk soon. Right. Then I went to a tournament, and I actually hurt my knee. that tournament, and everybody was like, take that offer. So I called him up the next day, and I was like, I'm gonna take that because one,
they still want you.
Yeah, I just had hurt my knee for a tournament. It wasn't like nothing big, but they was just like, yeah, I think that's the time to take that one. Yeah. So I went there.
You still caught. Yeah, you still caught. You still went somewhere. How was it like going? How was it like playing there? Did you talk about that? Like coming in as a freshman?
Freshman year was hard. You know, you got to go through your freshman year, like getting away from home. I was homesick a lot.
Minnesota, okay.
Minnesota, right. That's a 6-hour drive, so my mom wasn't coming up a lot. Yeah, that's a whole trip, you know. You're not just trying to quick and get there, so I think it was very hard, but I had a great point guard that my coach was like, look, I need you to watch her. Whatever she do, you need to learn. So I just watched her and then
picked up game. How many grades above was she?
She was a senior.
So it 3 years then, so for you to do your thing.
Exactly. Right. So he was like, here's what you're going to do. You're going to watch this senior, and that's you're going to be up next. Exactly. So did that, and then I started playing, like starting sophomore year, and I started the whole rest of the time.
What would you say were the highlights of your college career up there?
I hit 1,000 points. So of course,
1,000 point club up there.
Yeah, big, nice. Especially in college.
That's what I say. That's real nice. Yeah.
I don't care if it was D2 or whatever. At the time, people was trying to talk shit about me going D2, but shit, basketball is basketball. Right. Free scholarship is a free scholarship. Go wherever.
Basketball, you still do something D2.
But back then, you know, it was like you want to go D1. But now we know that you can go anywhere and hoop and get paid. Exactly. So you don't need that no more. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool. Then I would say I had a triple-double. Okay. My junior year, I think. So that was pretty cool. I was thinking second person to do it after the PG, Rachel. So she pretty much was setting records, and I was following. And then, last moment, I would say we went to the Elite 8 my freshman year.
All right.
So I would say that was the best because we went to Pennsylvania. We had like 3 spring breaks. We missed school for like 3 months. The teachers didn't even care. They was like, just keep winning. Yeah, so after Elite 8. Well, we went to the Elite 8 my freshman year, so Rachel was balling out. A senior was just killing it, man. I ain't never seen like a senior just poised. Like every second she was there. She was there. So I just watched her. I had to play a little bit because she was fouling, and I wasn't really scared. I kind of knew what I needed to do, and I did pretty good. I played like 16 minutes, I think. So it was cool. And then it kind of just led over to then until sophomore year, and I started hooping. So. Okay. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah,
what was that? You already kind of explained it. What was that experience like playing college basketball? That's something I never experienced. How was that like?
I think it helped me manage time, like school, and then having to hoop. Because most of the time with our league, we had to play Fridays and Saturdays. Okay. So you playing. Literally, you practice it throughout the week.
Like getting to work.
Then Thursday you traveling. Friday, Saturday, you going to battle, and you doing it all again. So it was a little different because other people had days where they play Monday, Wednesdays, or Wednesday, Thursday. We had straight up, you playing back to back. Yeah. So that's a lot to manage. So you missing 3-4 days of school. You think about it, especially if you going further than usual. So you just have to manage that, stay on your stuff, and then just winning. I love hooping. I love playing it, but. I mean, it's different when you can't play it no more. My body was just breaking down too. I don't know. Y'all was playing a lot of minutes though. I was averaging like 39 minutes a game. So your body breaking down.
Over, like your ankles?
Ankles, everything. Right. So, but I love basketball. I think if you can play a sport and go to school, do it. Like once you learn how to manage your time, you're good to go. Yeah. But I think also it gets to a point too where you got to remember that sport can't last forever. Like you said, you didn't get your chance to go to college. Like me, I got mine, but like it always ends sometime. So that was the biggest thing. Like, don't get your head so caught on thinking it's gonna stay forever. You always gotta have a backup plan.
When did you realize? When did you come to think like that?
I would say senior year.
Senior year, okay.
Like beginning of senior year, I was like, do you want to go overseas? But like, do you want to be away from your family, far away? Like, it was so much that goes into just going somewhere else to hoop. Then it's like, okay.
Oh, you was homesick, fam? That's why you ain't go hoop, fam?
No, my body too. My body was breaking down. Okay. I'm like, there's no way. Like, I'm rehabbing every day for an hour just to warm up. Like, that's to just get my body going, not even sprinting yet. So it was just getting too much where I was just like, dude, I'm breaking down. My body was telling me, like, dude, obviously I tear my Achilles 2 more years after. My body was ready. So I would have tore it maybe a year earlier if I would have hooped. Or you never know. Oh, it's gone. It's good now. We ain't hooping no more.
No way, yeah.
Can't, but yeah, it's just like little stuff where I was like, I think I gotta look at it that way.
Yeah. Are you feel like you're comfortable with the decision with the decision that you made now, like working the job that you work?
Yeah, because I'm doing it for a reason, you know. Sometimes you gotta use it. Well, I don't think people noticed it, but like when you're a student athlete, like regardless if you play high school, college, professional, like you have a lot of things that can make you a great person or a great worker. Like bosses love student athletes. Why? Because we learn how to manage time and manage basketball. We learn what it takes to dedicate to a craft, to commit to something. Like those are traits you need in the world, like to be a better person. So like when people just hoop all the time, that's great, but you can do a lot more too. Because you gotta remember, some people ain't never hoop. They go to school, they go home, they chill. And they've been doing that, but they never had to really test themselves. Like us, we lose a battle, the next season we come back and we try to win. Like, so I don't think people really get that. Like, you low-key extravagant. You need to use that more. Like, you know, you got principles that you don't know you have just from just doing the craft. So once I figured that out too, I was like, oh, I think I can catch on to it real quick. But I mean, I like what I do. Cool hooping's cool, but like I said, you gotta be okay with stopping. Plus, I feel like, you know, sometimes you can get greedy. Like I did a lot. I was hooping since I was 7. I won a lot of games. I won a lot of championships. I traveled everywhere. I got to play in college and play for free, and then not have to pay nothing after graduation. Then I went to get my master's because I didn't have to pay for school. So like that's a blessing right there. You know. So I just wanted to just like I feel like it's more. It was more for me. You know, it wasn't just basketball. I was playing basketball to go to a different point. So that was like my journey. Everybody got a different journey, but that's kind of how I thought it.
Yeah, I understand. That makes sense. What was it like living in Minnesota? How was that like?
Oh yeah, that was cool. It's cold though, very cold. A lot different here. They got cold wind. Milwaukee just cold. You go outside and air cold, but like you got wind hitting your face that's like -10.
Yeah, you're not gonna say what you just said.
I mean, Minnesota cool. I liked it a little better. Cause I mean they don't have no sale tax, so you buying your clothes and stuff just for the cost.
Okay, I understand it now. I get it. It makes
So
sense.
you're not paying that extra money. Like whatever the price is, they have a great economy is what I'm saying in general. Like it's a little different there, you know. Cleaner, they care about, you know, cleaning up and just more liberal. I mean, you know, they did their little thing this summer.
Of course.
But yeah, great time. And I actually told my mom that. I was like, when the killing happened, I said, where they do that at? She said, Minnesota. I said, they picked the wrong town, picked the wrong place, because they gonna stand up for what they believe. Like they literally just independent, you know. So that's one thing I like about it. They're very just open. And so when that happened, I was like, oh, they're about to make some noise. And they did. So
yeah, that's what's up. What do you think? How do you think? Like going to school in Minnesota, how do you think that like helps you shape you into the person you were? Other than like the experience you said, but like just going to school with the different people and different ethnicities or whatever.
Find new friends.
Find new people. And
I still got a lot of friends, you know, from school, from colleges. I think they're probably my closest friends now. You know, some of those people. You just get to meet new people. You kind of just grow with them too. Y'all start off pretty young and progress to some grown into yourself. So you get to see them grow, you grow. I don't know, I liked it though. And then it's just like, you know, even though I'm not in Minnesota, they still there. A lot of them are. We still stay connected. So it's just more than just like a teammate or we actually family now. So people up there.
I understand that. That's what's up. Do you got any tips that would take for like just the younger female basketball players that are like younger female basketball players trying to get to the next level or just trying to be good in general?
I would say, one, be yourself. I think the moment you want to be somebody else, that's when you faking it legit. Like, so stay true to yourself. If you're good at what you're good at, be good at that. But you also got to improve in other areas. But still, you can be an expert in one thing and be good at other things. So if you're good at driving, keep driving, and then eventually learn how to shoot. You know, or if you're a good shooter, shoot, and then eventually learn how to dribble. And learn those things. It's all mental, really.
Yeah.
90% mental. You tell your mind to do anything, so you just gotta stay motivated, find a routine, control your effort and focus. Right. That's what my coach taught me in college, and then I'll just see like today, even throughout the days, you only control effort and focus.
Like that's what you control. The effort. Any questions for me that you had before you left?
Yeah. So what's this basketball? I see you working kids out on Instagram, Blacktop. Want us to know a little bit more about that? Training a little bit now?
Yeah, just doing whatever, working out wherever I can. Just keeping it going wherever I can. Nothing much.
So who are the people you're like training?
Training some kids that I coached this year. Some people hit me up just through contacts. Some coaches hit me up. Yeah, some people been sending me people. Some family members. But yeah, I think people just been hitting me up. Just a few dedicated few that I have legit with them. Yeah.
I want to bring some people to you since I'm retired right now. So.
Well, I appreciate that. Who retired you? What happened on that last play? It wasn't somebody that could catch you.
No, man, I wish somebody would have. I mean, it's so pointless to the team when I tell people what happened. I just was walking backwards. I was standing there, and I heard it was almost like a champagne bottle pop. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking around like, y'all hear that? They all looking at me like, Shay, you always on some bright. You tweaking. Here you go again. And then I'm like, oh, and it just went. Mm-hmm. So. It's not no like funny, great story or nothing. I wish I was hooping. I wish I could have been crossing somebody up and just fell. But something. But it was just a simple step back. Yeah. So.
That's what's up.
Take care of your bodies, man. I'm telling you, stretch.
Yeah. That's serious.
No, seriously, I didn't stretch that day really well. I should have stretched a lot better.
Little stuff.
Little stuff. It's the little stuff. If you want to be good, it's the little stuff.
Yeah, all the corny shit be mattering.
It really do though. When you get older, you be like, dang, I should have probably stretched better.
Listen to that. Stop now. Look at that. But whatever. But thanks for coming again. Appreciate you for coming. If you got any more stuff coming up for your organization that people can know about?
September 19th is gonna be the protest date. September 19th.
Okay, September 19th.
Yeah, so you'll be there.
Yeah, you see me there.
Wear your mask. And we gonna have some demands, for the county, the police department, kind of what we want the city to look like. So we're gonna actually do it this time. Mm-hmm. We're gonna be just walking around yelling, demand something and see if they do it. Because if they really for us, they should do it, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we're gonna see.
How you got that planned out? You think that's gonna go pretty good? It's your first time doing something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I did the protest, but we kind of got there and we just really kind of had more time. It was a peaceful one, but it was more of an emphasis on voting. Mm-hmm. So I think we was different there. But this time, we can't talk about it. We gotta be about it. Mm-hmm. We're gonna bring awareness to what we want from the police department, and then we're gonna also, to keep voting. Yeah. You gotta vote. Mm-hmm. Like, think about it. We got this right, even though we say, we don't think this is this, or blue and red BS stuff, but like, we can do something ourselves.
Do you think even if we do vote, it will make a difference?
I think we gotta start somewhere.
Mm.
Start somewhere. Mm-hmm. So I think we start now. It's the best time. It's the crazy race war going on right now. Mm. Might as well start now and we get this person who's putting fear into other people's lives for what when we ain't even doing nothing. Mm-hmm. What are we doing for other people to fear us? They're killing us.
As in the police. Yeah.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So when you bring violent stuff and think you're going to fear us, when in reality we already been in fear.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So that's what we're telling you. Mm-hmm. You just doing it, so we need somebody to at least understand that part, and I think we got to go a different direction. But that don't mean they're going to do the same thing, but we just got to hold people accountable. Mm-hmm. But it all starts with voting. But people don't know that you can vote your community as well. So that's an alderman or an alderwoman. That's somebody in your district. Right, because we all live in a zone that has a district. And then whoever that person is, you start there. Mm-hmm. And if you want change in your community, we got to start there all the way to the presidential election. But right now, all the alderman stuff is done right now. Mm-hmm. So now we got to start a presidential and go down. Which, hey, it's whatever we got to do, we got to do. But that's the most legal way we can make change. So I think we got to bring emphasis on that. Even if you don't feel like it's going to change nothing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you before, not to cut you off, but do you think it's possible even for the police to change?
Eventually.
Like what you asking for? Like, do you think it's possible?
Did people think Martin Luther King was gonna get everybody together? No.
Wait, exactly. Why not? If you have faith or shit, you should. So it all depends on who you're talking to.
That's what I'm saying.
So
you gotta find somebody.
So you think it's possible that?
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna stop now.
So yeah, I was saying. So you actually do think that it's possible to make a change, and by make a change, I mean like from what I've seen growing up, like the police, like just not fearing stupid shit. So like them being aware of like, oh, you don't gotta fuck with us because you're not aware. Period. Like I'm not gonna explain it more.
You just said it. Like you're not aware that you actually bring fear to us.
Right.
Like y'all don't treat us the best. Like we see it in Kenosha right now with that. So it's like, why don't y'all?
What about people making excuses for it? Like, and I don't even be on the internet like that. But I saw like they tried to make. I don't know if it's true, but I think like somebody. They said like, oh, he had like a case or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think.
And then my excuse was like, I mean, their excuse. Yeah, that's what they were saying for a period, and there was no excuse. Like, even if that is like, why you gotta shoot him in his back? Like, why you deserve to be? Yeah.
Better question. If you go to jail and do your time, what's the point of going to jail and doing your time if you're still gonna be a criminal?
Oh, yeah, that's what gets called that.
So the jail, we just found out also that the jail, y'all think the jail is not really a reform. It's not. People go to jail to get better, right? And you come out and you're supposed to be this best person ever. But like, that's how they think jail. So what's the point of us going to jail doing the time and then when we get out, y'all still think we a criminal? Like, when y'all gonna see that we just people, bro? Like, y'all get in trouble. And when I say y'all, racist people get in trouble. And they pay money, put it on their table. It's not a felon no more. It's a misdemeanor. Give me $500, and then everything's wiped away. You got the boy doing the same thing. He just black. Now he got a felon. He's 17. You charging him as an adult. That's just color, bro. Like, stop playing. So I just feel like, that's really what people don't want to really open up and see. And it's clear as day. You can see it on camera.
Yeah, not necessarily racist, but just like they got the money and the well means, but also it is racism too, though, a lot.
Exactly, it's too. Like again, politics and police. Shit all go together. It's just not a reform. So what's the point? So if he say he went to jail for whatever he did his time. Now he's taking care of his kids, his family. He all good. Somebody shoot him. What's the point of bringing up his past when he done showed you? He's already changed. So it's like, regardless, they see us as black people. They just see us as lazy black people. So once you expose that, gotta break it down. Like the NBA, honestly, they shouldn't be playing no more. All that sports is a distraction too.
You think so?
Because that's money. Who that money going to?
Oh yeah, that's what I already know.
Nike.
It's not going to. It's all going to other people. It's not us, our people.
Exactly. That's why they want you to play. They want rather us just entertain, be monkeys.
Yeah, you think if they stop, it's actually like
no. What we need to do, is use our right to vote. What we also need to do is also remember that we entertain them. We bring in the money. They watch us. Who 90% of the NBA players are what? Black. Football, black. MLB, minorities like Latinos and blacks. Those are the three top sports. Yeah, so what we need to do is understand that we actually do everything. We bring in the money. People want to see us. And we need to be more exclusive with our needs. So that's what we need to do. It's like, they get mad, we burn buildings. People dying, they more mad about the buildings. Buildings got insurance. They pay money for their stuff.
It can come back. Life can't.
It's coming back, but life can't. You know what I'm saying? So like, when they start thinking of us as people, but it's okay. We can also just do what we do for ourselves. We got to start funding ourselves. Like, this is great for us to do. It's great what you're doing. Like, you putting people on. You know what I'm saying? Like, you looking out for the city. So, I think, we got to start putting more into us and stop trusting. Not even trusting, but just like trusting their instinct. Like, we know what's right. Put us on.
Well, that's first.
Put our own. Exactly.
That's
so
it's
start there.
I
don't think it's going to change in like next year, 2 years, change. When you ask me that question, like, do you think anything will change? But like, I don't think people thought Martin Luther King was going to change anything either, but it took time. It took time, so I think you just got to find people who want to do it. But I think people just fed up in general. Like, we can only, I mean, they killing us, bro. Mm-hmm. So I think everybody just fed up with a time you can't even like brush under it. It's here. Exactly. So it's gonna take some time, but you gotta start and just be saying, oh man, city fucked up.
You not like that or support that shit like that. So I don't even. Yeah, that should be irritating. When I talk about it now, I know you're doing it for show, man. I know you ain't doing it for real. That's not the real you type shit. Like, come on,
something must have changed. Well, what happened that changed to make you feel that way?
This changed. Motherfuckers though they gonna look at you and see shit. Exactly. That's the only thing that couldn't change. But I swear I've seen that so much. But yeah, she recording it, or it's recording.
I agree, but it's gonna take time. You're gonna make change soon.
Right.
10, 50, man, we gotta do it for, I mean, I know how people be thinking just for us, but you can't be so selfish, man. We doing this for our generations to come. Mm-hmm. You know, we want our kids to be comfortable in the house, in the room. They don't need to be spooked when they see the police. They don't need to be feeling like they gonna die. We gotta have that talk with them, like, you know, when you see the police, make sure you're on your best behavior. Like, you shouldn't have to do that. So, we doing this for other people, not even us. And Martin Luther King did the same thing for us, even to get in a room with white folks. But like, we gotta do something for them, because they deserve it. Your daughter deserve it. Other daughters deserve it. Other sons deserve it. Everybody deserve it. Because like, Tamar Rice and all those people was brothers, sisters, Sandra, all of them. You know, they was family. So that could be any of us. And I don't think white people get that. Like, we all can die, bro. Just from the color of our skin. We might have wrong officer on the wrong day. And then it's like, oh man, Austin was a great dude. He had his own podcast. You know, then it's that story, you know, or Shay was this and Shay was that. Like, no, bro, like, but at first you saw us as a criminal. With our skin. And that's the problem, man. We don't want our kids to be that kid.
Being aware of it, that's fucked up too. Because once you're aware of it too,
you lost your innocence. Them kids lost their innocence.
Like for real, like, because even then growing up, so say like, yeah, I'll be cool just to take a drive down Glendale or Shorewood or some Lake Drive. But then like nigga got like 7 tickets in a month, and I'm not doing shit wrong. Like, and this one I'm in, it's like I'm not doing nothing wrong. Exactly. They just fucking with me or like little shit. Just like you just know the shit, but that they don't be realizing that. Like even it be some black people who don't realize that shit too, and that shit irritate me, or that stuff irritates me because they're not aware. Like we'll be driving and we be all out in the suburbs, like deep, or like just going to play basketball, or just going to see their friends, and like they'll just be not giving a fuck like how they driving or why, not aware, just like. Damn, like you know where you like.
Exactly. You gotta be careful.
Sweet. Like you gonna make us be the ones, fam? Like. Yeah,
but that's real. People be thinking we playing the victim, but that's real. That could be any one of us. Yeah. And they be thinking, oh, they're being a victim. I seen that on Facebook. Somebody was like, black people love being a victim. Victim? We the one dying. What you mean?
I don't be reading. It ain't no point.
Man, I don't be paying no attention.
Exactly.
Because I just be like, well, they all have the same, reasons. And I be like, yeah. This is pretty crazy.
I try arguing a few on like actual comments before. On like not Facebook, maybe even YouTube. I started commenting on shit and I saw the shit that people would comment and win. And I'll still break it down with them. And I had some damn, I had you fact read some shit like, am I tripping?
Right.
They're like, no, I'm not tripping this time. Or like you did, just keep it like, no, motherfuckers just be, I don't know if they just, I don't know what it is. It's just stupid shit.
It's just ignorance.
Yeah. That's like
not being aware.
Shit. Yeah, we really living that shit. That shit's just getting worse and worse. Like it should be getting better, but now it seems like that shit going like. So it never was good. That's what motherfuckers gonna get. It never was sweet. Now it's just like motherfuckers talking on it, and now they're kind of talking on. So we moved to talking to it a little bit more and shit.
Yeah, but we got a lot more to do. We shouldn't even be hooping right now.
I understand that, but also like they said, I heard somebody, so this aren't necessarily my first thought, but like I heard somebody say this shit like on sports, watching sports, but they was like, yeah, you wouldn't heard Doc Rivers, like he would have been on an Instagram post saying that shit wouldn't hit as hard.
True, they using it.
Like it hit more too, cause it's always gonna be the thing. So don't even like we is working for the white people, so we always just gonna be making them money, but also like the white people and everybody in general is all watching us though, so we can't you can still make a statement and
I like that.
you know, at the same time, you can still just like how you gonna do it. Like after every game, bring it up.
Yeah.
After every time, the NBA players that's not open right now, why y'all ass over here or whatever.
But then you got shit like Kenosha happen.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Come over here and make that shit happen. Why everybody's broadcasting, come make that shit happen. Like I said, like you can still like I don't think you have to do it. I understand that all the reasoning. But yeah, I don't think you got to. I think like it could still hit harder. Everybody got to tune in every time, and you know they gonna watch even more. But you ain't no telling we putting it in their hands.
NBA game plan. Put the fucking Martin Luther King speeches on that shit. Don't even have no audio, bro. Just play that shit. They gonna watch it. They gonna put it on mute. Probably.
Just explain that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Play that. Play some documentaries while they hooping, dude. No fans. None of them little fan things. Pictures of like MLK and Malcolm X, and play that shit. If they really want to see us hoop like you said and listen to us, play that. Play some documentaries.
That shit was you goofy.
That's like, history shows.
Like that's I mean motherfuckers should be watching that out top. Like that shit crazy. Like mom on the low, like shit, it don't matter what my relationship is. Like mom on the low, like when we was young, she made a nigga watch I don't know the Roots, goddamn, like Roots, she's like, you got to watch that shit, like you got to like.
That shit
she's
was
like,
long.
you had longer than a motherfucker, a week. That was a week process, damn near and some, and it's on VHS time.
Yes.
Like dog, no, she was tripping. We had to go through that all, but that shit, like even that shit, even if you didn't want to watch that shit, like that shit's a lot. And that's why I learned, like, that shit made me take a lot of shit not serious. Like, when I did stay in school the little time I did, like, I'll be arguing with the teachers. Like, fam, do you hear what the fuck you're saying? Like, you're not hearing my point. Like, I'd be like, it'd be like a social something or whatever the fuck. So, you know I ain't go to school. I don't remember class, what the fuck. But I was in there when I went
social studies?
No, it wasn't no fucking social studies in college. It was some other
college,
shit.
No, so, they had too many names for college.
It was some other shit I don't remember, but it was like, talking about like the news and all that shit and his ideals and shit, and I'm like all my time, like I'm always just hitting them and making them shut up. Like, okay, but motherfucker, I gotta stop right here, or this shit happens in life because of this. You know, like that guy, like they be looking at the teacher, how the teacher looking at me like, so how I'm really supposed to like take you serious? Well, I wouldn't. So I could have got away with all that shit if I would have stayed. But like, how I'm gonna take you serious teaching me and shit like that, and I ain't got. And you ain't, I'm damn near, I'm teaching you, I'm putting you on game. Yeah. But that was my first time having a black teacher at Cardinal Stretch. Like, no bullshit. Like, I've never had even at Shorewood, King.
I was thinking about that a couple of days ago. I don't think I ever had a black teacher, bro.
That shit crazy. Like, it's crazy as a motherfucker. Like, if you think about it. Like,
when people be saying, like, the teacher, the black teacher, I be like,
no.
Damn. Like.
No. I might have had one, like, a semester, and she left for, like, it wasn't even real class. Like, it was, like, a health class type thing. Like, you know, like, a bait. Like, you do bullshit. Like, it was, like, just to get a credit type thing, one of them. But she left right away. Miss Horton or something. They know what I'm talking about. They see these people with the King and shit. Yeah. But that and then but yeah, I never had a black teacher. But Tion Austin, shout out him. He did like a lot. Like he showed so much care for me. Like, that's decent. Like he was just even trying to for his own son. Like he be like he just showed care that it was more care than what you. It was different from I feel like, and just it was different. Genuine. Yeah, different, genuine. Like he even messing up. And I'm not even fucking up like that. He's like, oh. Just like you looking out, like every teacher gonna look because you play basketball.
No,
like,
just
it's a different type of
different.
It's like interesting,
Yeah, man, I am. Yeah. That sucks though. And I thought about it, but I mean, I had just because I didn't have a black teacher doesn't mean I had black people in my life. You know, my mom was big, and all that stuff. So
yeah, mom was like a principal and shit. Now she's on it, always in school and just all that.
Right, that's what my mom was. She wasn't no teacher or nothing, but she always knew. She damn near was my teacher. Yeah. My teacher.
Right,
but you're right.
Putting you on game.
Yep.
For real.
Shout out to mom.
Always. Well, thank you, man. We can keep going all day, man. She got to come back again. She got to come back again and chop it up. Thanks for coming again.
No problem.
Yeah, she'll be back soon. I'll keep you guys updated on what she's doing.
Same, vice versa.
Yep. So
motivated Milwaukee.
Hopefully you guys get a lot of gems for this, and yeah, thanks for watching. Comment below. Thanks for coming again, Jeff. Corona. We already got it.